For those of you that have been watching my treasure book series know this already, but I have gotten to know quite a number of people in the world of food and cooking. One person I didn't get to know personally was the woman who graces the cover of this treasure book, Marcella Hazen. Look at that face. Close in on that beautiful face. This woman probably has created the most downloaded, treasured tomato sauce recipe in the known universe. That is a strong statement. I mean, if you've got the most downloaded recipe for something like sweetbreads, you're kind of in a smaller school. But tomato sauce, that's just about everybody. This book is one of her greatest books. I got this book early on. This is a first edition. Alfred Knopf. She calls out Craig Claiborne in her appreciation for what this book is about. Marcella was born in Italy, came to these shores and didn't speak the language, but she became gradually more proficient through the cooking classes that she did with her husband, who was a wine expert, and they made their way just fine in the world of gastronomy. There is no more, I don't think there is a cookbook teacher more clear than Marcella Hazen. I got this book, like I said, when was it? In 87, maybe I didn't say that, in January of 87. I was cooking at Louie's backyard. Not an Italian restaurant, and I wasn't doing Italian food, but food and cooking and the lessons of these things are universal. Knowing how to cook Italian food can teach you how to cook Spanish food, can teach you how to cook, who knows, Lithuanian food. But her thing was Italian food. Underlined in 87. But all of cooking's infinite varieties of expression still take their meaning from a single deep ancestral emotion, the pleasure that is aroused by flavor. All that really matters in food is its flavor. And I tell my young chefs often, we'll worry about the presentation later. Let's get the dynamics of flavor down first. If you look through the first 16 pages of this book with me, you would see underline, 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 because I was writing my first book when I got this book. And it was her and her gentle but firm hand guiding me that gave me the strength to write my elementary rules for that first book, Feast of Sunlight. And she says, a taste of Italian cooking, elementary rules. And she starts off, I wish I could take you into my kitchen and say, look, this is how it's done. Here, taste this sauce. This is what I mean by fresh and light. Bite into that chicken. See how tender it is all the way through. We meet, however, only in these pages, which I hope can connect my kitchen with yours. I mean, yes, I wasn't in the same room with her, but you don't have to be, because the truth of Marcella Hazen comes out beautifully in this book. You must go and get your own copy of this book if you can, or another one of her books. Highlighted these items here. Use herbs and spices sparingly. Think of them as a halo, not a club. You're going to remember that one, right? I bet you are. Do not overcook pasta. Do not pre-cook pasta. Do not esteem so-called fresh pasta more than the dry, factory-made variety. This would have seemed like heresy to many people who only think that fresh is going to be better. Not the case. The people who are making fresh pasta at home, sadly, couldn't afford the commercial factory-made pasta that has so much more character to it. It is proven in the taste. She talks about why balsamic vinegar, why these herbs, olive oil. She goes on for a whole page and a half on olive oil. So you're gonna get the culinary foundation that you want, and you're gonna get it from an Italian woman who lived 80 years, and she liked a tumbler of whiskey at the end of her day, and she liked a cigarette, and she liked to sit down with friends and feed them and talk, and her son carries on her beautiful work. They came to Florida to live a long time ago over in the Naples area, and I actually did not meet her, as I say, but I did get an email from her not long after I wrote and published the first book, and she congratulated me, which was just a rush. One of the queens, one of the royalty of all time of treasure books. Here you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Oh, wait, what is this sticking out? I recognize what we have right here. This is one of the menus that we did upstairs from Louie when I did the cafe with Pearl Perry. And the date of this is on the back here, July 4th, 1987. And there's a menu, and a child was having a meal with their parents, I suppose, and pulled out the crayons and did their own artwork right on that menu. And I thought Marcella would dig this. So it stays as an archive here in her book. Now I will say goodbye until next time. Bye, everybody.